My topic is TV advertising in detail explain, and let's go to the topic and let's go to the start. Television advertising refers to the process of creating and airing commercials on television with the aim to promote a product or service. TV advertising is one of the most common and effective ways to reach consumers. This is because it offers a wide reach, frequency, and impact. While OTTs and digital content are now competing for attention with the TV industry, TVs are still the dominant medium for advertising. In fact, an average person spends around 4 hours watching TV each day. This provides advertisers with many opportunities to get their message in front of potential customers. Televisions have been a staple in an average home for decades now. People use them for entertainment, news, and even as an educational tool. But another common use for television is advertising. Advertisers have long used television commercials to sell their products or services to consumers. These ads can take many different forms, but they all have one goal: to persuade viewers to buy what they are selling. This is television advertising, and it's an important part of the marketing mix for many companies. Television advertising refers to all advertising efforts which are displayed via broadcast, cable, satellite, and closed-circuit television. Television advertising puts your company on TV via paid programming, such as a commercial or an infomercial. These ads typically last 30 seconds and feature a combination of audio, text, and video, but can occasionally run shorter or longer and may feature celebrity endorsers or spokespeople to convey a message. Starting in 1941, television advertising has become a mainstay in business and in culture. With television ads, your company can reach potential customers at home, informing them about a particular product, service, or offer via an engaging medium, their television. Iconic ads stay in social memory, from the famous Apple 1984 AD to the more modern Reebok 2019 Storm the Courts commercial, giving your business the chance to make both an immediate and a lasting impression with your audience. Television advertising means any form of announcement broadcast, whether in return for payment or for similar consideration, or broadcast for self-promotional purposes by a public or private undertaking or natural person in connection with a trade, business, craft or profession in order to promote the supply of goods or services, including immovable property, rights and obligations, in return for payment. Television advertising means any form of publication, broadcasted by a television broadcaster, against payment or other benefits, or a broadcasting with self-advertising purposes by a public or private enterprise or by a physical person, connected with its profitable trading activities, or professional expertise in order to promote the provision of goods or services. Including real estate, other rights and obligations against other payment. Television advertising means any form of announcement broadcast, whether in return for payment or for similar consideration, or broadcast for self-promotional purposes by a public or private undertaking or natural person. Television means a system for transmitting visual images and sound that are reproduced on screens, and includes broadcast, cable, on-demand, satellite, or internet programming. Television includes any video programming downloaded or streamed via the internet. Targeted advertising means presenting an advertisement to a student where the selection of the advertisement is based on student information, student records, or student-generated content, or inferred over time from the usage of the provider's website, online service, or mobile application by such student, or the retention of such student's online activities or requests over time. General advertising means general solicitation and general advertising respectively, as used under Rule 502C of Regulation D, including, without limitation, advertisements, articles, notices or other communications published in any newspaper, magazine or similar media, or the Internet, or broadcast over radio or television or the Internet, or any seminar or meeting whose attendees had been invited by general solicitation or general advertising. Telecommunications means the transmission, between or among points specified by the user, of information of the user's choosing, without change in the form or content of the information as sent and received. A television advertisement, also called a television commercial, TV commercial, Commercial, television spot, TV spot, advert, TV advert or simply an ad, is a span of television programming produced and paid for by an organization. It conveys a message promoting, and aiming to market, a product or service. A television advertisement, also called a television commercial, TV commercial, commercial, television spot, TV spot, advert, TV advert or simply an ad, is a span of television programming produced and paid for by an organization. It conveys a message promoting, and aiming to market, a product or service. Advertisers and marketers may refer to television commercials as TVCs. Advertising revenue provides a significant portion of the funding for most privately owned television networks. During the 2010s, the number of commercials has grown steadily, though the length of each commercial has diminished. Advertisements of this type have promoted a wide variety of goods, services, and ideas ever since the early days of the history of television. The viewership of television programming, as measured by companies such as Nielsen Media Research in the United States, or Barb in the UK, is often used as a metric for television advertisement placement, and consequently, for the rates which broadcasters charge to advertisers to air within a given network, television program, or time of day, called a daypart. In many countries, including the United States, television campaign advertisements are commonplace in a political campaign. Whenever something, be it a social message, an event, or the products or services of a brand, is advertised on the television, it is called television advertising. The advertisements containing movement and sound are broadcasted during intermissions in the TV programs as commercials, while the text-based graphical ones are displayed alongside the TV program on the bottom or the side of the screen as overlays. TV commercials are the most prominent kind of television advertising and are supposed to be really good for target marketing, while overlays are really useful for news channels. In spite of great competition from OTT and other digital formats, television advertising is still a dominant mode of advertising. Television advertising is a fairly flexible option for advertisers. Based on their budget and preferences, advertisers can either provide the TV channel an advertisement or have the channel create one for them. They can also choose between different times for the airing of the ad based on their target audience and budget. Television advertising avails quality customer engagement, a wide reach, high frequency, and a lasting impact to your advertisement. Television commercials, TVCs. These are the promotional telecasts that are aired during the commercial breaks in the TV programs and in between them. They are generally between 15 to 50 seconds long and are among the most common types of TV advertising. Infomercial ads. These are lengthy advertisements that are mostly used for teleshopping late at night or very early in the mornings. They usually range between 10 to 30 minutes in duration, though sometimes they can run for hours on end through the night. As they are broadcasted at times when the viewership is the lowest, they are one of the least costly types of TV advertising. Sponsorship mentions. These belong to the more subtle types of TV advertising. Whenever you see the name of a TV program followed by stuff like brought to you by or presented to you by, it is sponsorship advertising. The general practice is to say the name of the brand prefixed with some phrase that conveys sponsorship every time the name of the program is announced on the TV channel. For instance, The Tonight Show, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Often the tagline of the brand is also added to the mix, and sometimes the sponsorship phrase itself is written to match the brand. For example, The Tonight Show, powered by Duracell batteries. This is a very ingenious type of TV advertising, because it allows you to use the very form of the advertisement itself for advertising. Overlays. In all the aforementioned types of TV advertising, the ads are given airtime of their own and are shown separately from the programs. However, there are certain types of TV advertising which involve showing the ads simultaneously with the TV programs. They are very costly as they have a high visibility and are very unlikely to go unseen by the viewers. The various types of TV advertising where the ad is displayed simultaneously with the TV program fall under the category of overlays. These are graphical ads that are put up along the bottom of the screen or sometimes along the sides. Scrolls. The type of overlays that are played as continuously scrolling from one end of the screen to the other are called scrolls. They are mostly found on news channels featuring breaking news or news updates that the channel gets while a program is already on. Aston bans. These are the banners displayed along the bottom of the screen. They take up about 5 to 10% of the screen and are often used to promote an upcoming program on the TV channel in addition to promoting bands. Band. An L-band ad is placed on the left side and bottom of the screen in an L-shaped pattern. These ads are costlier than commercial break ads, because again, ignoring the ad is difficult since it occupies a major portion of the screen. The ads are played along with the content/TV program. TV advertising formats. Most TV channels can be found employing a combination of all these different types of advertising formats, though some formats are used more on certain kinds of TV channels. For instance, news channels are the most prolific users of scroll ads. The type of TV advertising format that is used is also governed by the type of advertisement to be displayed, like Aston bans are reserved for high-budget ads. Within commercials, there are various types of TV advertising formats based on the techniques of promotion. Within different types of TV advertising formats there are various subcategories based on the advertising techniques used in the commercial. Testimonial-style commercials, performance-proof commercials, testimonial-style commercials, and comparison commercials are among the most popular ones. However, at the same time one shouldn't get too hung up on these TV advertising campaign examples and take them as the ideal. An advertiser should not let the TV advertising campaign examples they see on the TV educate them into conformity, as there is no real standard format for these ads. Although it may seem like there is one, there are no rules, there are only conventions which, again, are only so reliable. There are many television advertising examples where advertisers have gone against the grain and have been highly successful in spite of it, and arguably even because of it. There are numerous television advertising examples out there that demonstrate the power of thinking out of the box. However, as a prudent advertiser you should take care not to confuse creativity with complexity. It is always advisable to prioritize simplicity, and you shouldn't be so creative in your ad that the message gets lost in the form. There are lots of television advertising examples that bear testimony to the utility of experimenting in advertising. The hilariously inappropriate and over-the-top Axe perfume ads with women being physically drawn to the man bearing the magical scent. The self-mocking animated ads of the energy drink Red Bull, the fog perfume ads with their ridiculously repetitive punchline, are only a few of the countless TV advertising campaign examples that have defied the norms with impunity. While national TV advertising is usually out of an entrepreneur's price range, advertising on local stations and on cable television can be surprisingly affordable. And really, it's not so hard to buy TV schedules. Why? Because no matter what demographic your audience falls into, you can find appropriate programming on any one of the networks. Every station reaches every audience daily, with schedules that include cartoons, celebrity, talk, sports, soaps, news, movies, reality and primetime programs. Primetime commercials are going to be pricey even locally, but audiences can be huge for popular shows. And here's an insider's tip: when rerun time rolls around, refuse to pay the full price for your commercials in any time slot. Many reps won't volunteer the lower rate. You have to let them know you won't pay the same amount for reruns and then stick to your guns. Programming like Good Morning America, Today Show, local and national news, and soaps never have reruns and are always a good bet because the audience stays true all year long. This is the one form of advertising that can include actual bidding when push comes to shove. When someone wants the time slot you've already purchased, they'll offer more and bump you out. You always have the opportunity to up the price you're willing to pay, of course, but many businesses can't afford to get into that kind of bidding war. When is that most likely to happen? The fourth quarter of the year is when lots of inventory is snatched up by holiday ads. And anytime a hot political race, either local or national, is going on, you can be sure the competition for time slots will increase. Unfortunately, these are also the times when small and mid-sized businesses really need coverage but get shut out. While some large businesses are starting to use more 60-second commercials to try and cut through the clutter, The length of choice for most commercials is still 30 seconds. In most markets, you have the ability to run a combination of ads, that is, you can mix 10-second or 15-second ads in with your 30-second spots, which allows you to increase the number of times your ad is seen without the higher cost of paying for all 30-second ads. The reason it's important to increase your frequency this way is because the number of times your current and potential customers see your ad is directly related to whether they react to it. But don't think you can really increase your frequency if you run all your commercials in the shorter lengths, because they're only meant to be reminders. They're not long enough to provide the critical information a 30-second ad can hold. Their best use is to bolster your regular commercials and increase retention of your longer message. One good way to capture a lot of people watching at a particular time is to run an ad during the 6 to 7 p.m. or 11 p.m. news on all your local news stations on the same day. That delivers your message to just about everyone watching the news at that time. Despite the internet's popularity in today's modern world, television remains a dominant medium in most U.S. households, both live TV and streaming services. And television advertising still remains one of the most effective forms of advertising. Advertising on television allows you to showcase your business, product, or service with a wide audience. You can show viewers how your product or service works and how it's packaged so prospective customers will know what to look for at the point of sale. In advertising, it often takes multiple touch points to effectively influence consumers' purchasing behavior. Television advertising has been a popular medium for large retailers ever since the TV first began to appear in living rooms. With the arrival of cable television came lowered production costs and the opportunity to reach smaller, more targeted markets, making it a viable option for small to medium-sized businesses as well. To create an effective television ad, it's first necessary to have a good script that highlights a strong offer. Ads must also be effectively produced, and it's for this reason that it's often better to enlist the services of an advertising agency, which can help you create an entire campaign. For all its advantages, advertising your business on TV does have some disadvantages. Barring late-night spots on your local cable television network, no other advertising medium is as likely to eat up your budget as quickly as TV will. Producing the ad, which can include hiring script writers, actors, film editors, or an advertising agency, is only the first step. You must also pay for airtime, and because studies have shown that TV ads are most effective with repetition, you'll almost certainly want to run your piece a number of times. Because of this, most television stations structure their pricing to make it more attractive for you to purchase advertising in chunks. TV reaches a much larger audience than local newspapers and radio stations, and it does so during a short period of time. It reaches viewers when they're the most attentive. It allows you to convey your message with sight, sound, and motion, which can give your business, product, or service instant credibility. It gives you an opportunity to be creative and attach a personality to your business, which can be particularly effective for small businesses that rely on repeat customers. A television advertisement, also called a television commercial, TV commercial, commercial, spot, television spot, TV spot, advert, television advert, TV advert, television ad, TV ad, or simply an ad, is a span of television programming produced and paid for by an organization. It conveys a message promoting, and aiming to market, a product, service or idea. Advertisers and marketers may refer to television commercials as TVCs. The second is the process of TV advertising delivery and usually incorporates the involvement of a post-production house, a media agency, advertising distribution specialists, and the end goal, the broadcasters. Thank you for watching the video and subscribe the channel.